What's up, everyone? Today's day 30 of phase 3 and the final day of both phase 3 and the year-long Live Hard program. I started off my day today at 2:45. I got my first 45-minute workout done, which was another upper body circuit with some abs with my adjustable dumbbells here at my camper. As you can tell, I'm at my camper. If you've seen any of my previous videos for the last 2 weeks, it's currently 7:24 p.m. Work was pretty good today. I was not so tired like I was yesterday whenever I had driven back from being at home. But I was able to change my radiator in my truck while I was at work, and we shut the well in and flushed it a little bit to break up some basically some obstructions down the casing, which was just a matter of hooking a pipe up to the wellhead and pumping some water down it with a pump truck. They have people come out and do that stuff, so I was just there to open and close the well, and that's about it. Most of the day was pretty simple. There wasn't too many people that came out here. Seems like it's winding down. Everything's flowing pretty good. I think that I will be getting released from this job within the next few days. Today's Tuesday, so possibly Friday or Labor Day's Monday. So maybe if we can make it till Tuesday, that would be good. That's what I'm hoping for, at least. Usually whenever things are going smooth and they can release us, they will. So after we leave here, the pumpers that work for the company just make rounds and check on the well like once or twice a day, basically, and come address things if there's something throws an alarm for pressure or tank level or different things that have alarms set on them. But anyways, got off work. I did my last workout of the year-long program, my 45-minute outdoor workout, which was my 45-pound ruck. I went just under 2.4 miles. It was another hot, humid day today. That was the only drawback to today. I changed clothes twice. I changed 2 pairs of pants and 3 shirts. That's how I just kept sweating. It was just so humid. It wasn't even like it was just that hot. It was just so humid. I thought whenever I was doing the outdoor workout that it was going to rain, because there was some rain off in the distance, just some like small areas of scattered rain, and it didn't happen though. But definitely humid like it was going to. I got it done. I feel accomplished. I feel good. I talked about yesterday that I was kind of feeling like lost a little bit since it was coming to an end. And today I don't necessarily have that feeling. I feel like I did what I was supposed to do. I feel accomplished. I'm clapping for myself. I know I have a lot of people that support me and message me and talk about how I've inspired them, and I know there's many more people that haven't even said anything that have been inspired. So I try to set a good example and to lead the way as far as being a person of character and good morals, and that holds the standard and sets a good example. So I do that mostly for the people around me, like Mackenzie, my daughter. Mostly that's the reason, but a side effect of that is my friends start to see that example. They start to want to change themselves. They see what happens whenever you are continuously working on yourself and you have all this effort that you're putting into the things that are good in life. You get rewarded for that. It's just a part of life. Whenever you're putting in the work, the rewards come. You achieve your goals, and whenever you're going along the way, you're helping out other people by showing them how to do it. And because they're getting better in their lives, you are blessed with more rewards and more abundance, and it's just a never-ending thing. It's sort of like karma. Whenever you do people bad, no matter what, something bad comes back on you, whether you recognize it as being because of what you did wrong, it always comes back. And the same thing happens whenever you do good and you help somebody else out. And the best people that you can help out are the people that are going through what you have gone through and gotten through and gotten out of. And every time you overcome something new, you're now qualified to help a whole group of other people. And for me, that was being an alcoholic. People know that I've talked about being an alcoholic for 5 or 6 or I don't even know, maybe 7 years straight. Almost every day I would drink every day. And it wasn't until I started 75 Hard in October of 2022, October 1st. That was the 4th or 5th time that I started 75 Hard, but the very first time that I finished it. And since then I've refrained from drinking any alcohol because of what I recognized I was doing to myself, not only with my health, but with the example that I was setting for Mackenzie. And thinking back on how that's the kind of person that I had in my life as a dad. Even though we never talked, he was always an alcoholic. And that was not something I wanted to set the example of being, because I'll just be real, her mom is an alcoholic and drinks every single day. So if both parents are not together and are setting the example to drink every single day, and that you need to drink every single day after you get off work or even all day, what is likely to happen? They're either, one, going to see that they don't want that kind of life, or they're going to follow in the footsteps and be drawn to that kind of thing. I don't think that she would be drawn to that kind of thing, but by me taking the stand and deciding to change that and make it known that that's a terrible thing to get involved with, it's more than likely not going to happen now, as it would, that might have been 50-50 before, whether it would happen, but now it's definitely not. So that's one of the things that people can relate to me about, me talking about. Another thing is just being a loser. I talk about being a loser before. It's probably been 5 years now that I've gotten away from being that way, but for a while still I felt like I still was. Now not so much, because I've been continuous with building momentum and setting a good example and working on myself and basically staying single, because I'm just not interested in that. I'm in the space where I'm still working on myself. Maybe if the right circumstances came about, things would be different, but I'm not looking for that. I'm not pursuing that. I'm not interested. I honestly don't care about that at all. Like, I do not care to talk to somebody every day about anything. I talk to Mackenzie and I talk to some people that I work with, and that's about it. I'm just not interested. So maybe something will change with that, but anyways, not right now or anytime's coming up. But anyways, people can relate to being a loser and being a victim and playing like, woe is me with, like, for me, it was my back got hurt on a job building windmills. And I didn't, like I said, I've talked about a few times, I grew up, my dad was in my life. We lived in the same house for 17 years, but I've talked more in this 8-minute video than I ever talked to him. There was never any conversations. There was never any lessons taught. There was never motivation spoken or words of wisdom or anything but hate and abuse and an alcoholic. So all these things most people can relate to. It's one of those. They've been an alcoholic. They've had a bad childhood. They've been a loser. And you just have to hold yourself accountable. You don't have to follow in those footsteps. You need to work on yourself to set the example that you don't want your kids to follow in those footsteps. You would rather them follow in the footsteps of working hard and knowing that it's going to take a long time to accomplish your goals, but you really have to just do everything that with intent and make the right decisions, and you can accomplish the things that you want. So for that, I chose to move on with that kind of life, to get away from it and basically build myself into being more successful. I'm still having to work in the oil field, and it's a labor position, kind of, and it's more of like a supervisory labor position, but still, it's not something that I want to keep doing. I want to get out of this, and one way to do that is to continually build myself up into a character that is worthy of that kind of life after this job, and it's just a step-by-step thing, and it's a process, and it doesn't happen right away, and honestly, it's going to take a long time. I've been doing this job now for almost 5.5 years, and I'm not expecting it to just happen overnight. Just like doing these videos on YouTube. This will be the 165th video of the Live Hard program since 1 year ago when the 75 Hard contest was announced 1 year ago today. Most of you may know I won that contest, and I decided to represent that program and the brand by continuing with phase 1 and phase 2 and phase 3 and making sure that I get the most out of them by doing everything that it says to do without making any excuses, no compromises, no exceptions, not missing a single task. There was phase 2 I started and had to restart I think 3 times before I finished it, and it was phase 2 was the same as 75 Hard. It was the same tasks. It didn't have anything added extra like phase 1 and phase 3 do, but I was just slipping. I wasn't drinking, but one time I missed my workout, one time I didn't read, and I'd have to think back, but anyways, I had to restart 3 different times, and I finally got it done with basically 3 weeks before phase 3 had to start. So I've been pretty consistent the entire time, other than that 20-day break where I was kind of just eating a few things that I don't normally eat on the program, as far as like cake and cookies. But if you don't know what I'm talking about as far as all the tasks and requirements of the Live Hard program, you can go to episode 208 on the Real AF podcast with Andy Frisella. It'll be in the description box. It's always in the description box. Not on all of the videos, but at least all of the most recent ones. You can also listen to the 75 Hard Versus episode with me and Carly Thackeray. It's also in the description box. I feel great. What else is there to say? I took the initiative to hold myself accountable, to put myself in a position to complete all the tasks daily for the entire Live Hard year. There was times where I got off track whenever I was in between the phases, but for the most part, I continued with the same tasks as far as working out and getting back to where I'm reading in between the phases. And for me, I'm going to end up starting 75 Hard over again, probably in the next month, or after about a month, I would say, because this is a lifelong commitment. You don't just get better forever. You have to continually work at it. It's like a muscle. Once you build it, you have to keep it, building it. You have to keep working at it to build it or keep it. You just have to keep putting in the effort. You can't slack and fall off track and get back to your old ways. That's literally what you don't want. That's why you did the program, if you're doing it right now, to get away from the person that you used to be and be a person of character and that has high moral standards and that people look up to. And that's what we need more than anything in this world, is people setting the right example, having good morals, having good character, and just leading the way, showing people that it's possible for them to do all the things that you've done, because we're all the same as far as what we're able to do and what we were born with and the gifts that we have through God. And it's just a matter of you understanding that it's going to take a lot of work. It's going to suck. Most days you're not going to feel like it, but the reward is well worth it. So if there's anything you take from the videos that I've put out, it's that you can quit drinking. You need to set the right example for your kids, and your past doesn't dictate what you can achieve in your future or right now even. So don't play the victim anymore. The only thing noble about being a victim is how you overcame it and showing others how they can overcome their victimhood. I guess that's all I got. I'll be posting a cookie review in the next few days, but as far as Live Hard and phase 3, that's all I got. I'll be back soon. Peace.